Hello there, welcome back to the channel. I hope your day's going well. I'm Shadow Master, and today we'll be talking about the fifth form of lightsaber combat. A quick note before we get into the video. Form 5 had two different variants, Shien and Gemso, and in this video we're only covering Shien. I will make another video on Gemso, so do not worry. Let's get right into it. So, Shien was pretty much a more advanced form, or a different variant of Suresu, Form 3. It stayed heavily defensive, it was designed at blocking blaster bolts, however, they were more about redirecting those bolts back at your opponent. With Suresu, you're blocking the bolts to any random place. When you block them, you're not worrying about the angle of the blade, they're just blocking, well, going anywhere after they've been, bounced off the blade. With this, you're redirecting those bolts towards your opponent to take them out. This is because it's more primarily designed to take on multiple opponents, meaning you blocking those bolts back to hit those opponents against you, kind of narrowing it down to one, where then you can quite easily finish it off. This does lead me a little bit into its flaw, which is, it's not as great in single opponents, but in all fairness, I don't think it would really be too bad. You don't really need to worry about it. It's kind of more, it wasn't intended to counter single opponents. So I think it's not really a major flaw, it's just a slight critique and a slight side effect this form may have when you're using it. Now, Form 5 Shien also, when in lightsaber combat, was similar but different. Now, with Suresu, as we said, they would not attack unless their opponent, unless they saw a golden opportunity, or pretty much they'd prolong the duel until their opponent's tired, and then they can seize the opportunity in the end when they can tell opponent's tired, opponent's they're kind of backing down now, their attacks aren't as powerful, until pretty much they have that golden opportunity to then strike. With Shien, it's different, and it's more focused on counterattacks, so it's parry, riposte, parry, riposte, parry, riposte. It isn't going to be in that order, necessarily, but it's going to have more counterattacks in it, but they won't be pressed, so it'll be kind of sporadical. There'll be counters in there on those ripostes, or after those parries. Meaning it is different, and if you are going to fight someone that's using this, you do have to be wary, because they will kind of lull you into a false sense of security by saying, oh yeah, just attack me, and then they'll wait, and they'll get a counterattack pretty much, they'll parry, riposte, parry, riposte, parry, riposte, or parry, 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 riposte. So do be careful if you are going to face someone who uses Shien. Now, another kind of feature that Shien actually has is many people use reverse grips. Now, if you've ever seen Ahsoka Tano, you'll know that she holds her lightsaber, as many people say, backwards. This is known as a reverse grip, and this actually works quite well in blocking because it allows you to kind of have the same movement, and it's really more about positioning of the blade, so you'd kind of bring your arm into a bit more. It can be a little bit awkward in some blocks, but as we know, they also switch their blade back into a normal grip. But many do like to use it because it can, assist. Some people will find it easier to block blaster bolts, others might not. From experience, I think I actually quite like it. It's quite good. But I would definitely stick a bit more with the single, normal kind of style. But if you are going to use two blades, my advice would be have one in reverse, then have one in normal grip. This leads us perfectly on to the notable Jedi that uses this. That is Ahsoka Tano. She, as we know, was an absolute beast with two blades, and this was her perfect form. We've seen many occasions during the Clone Wars how just perfect she is at blocking blaster bolts. We even saw it when she was, apparently accused of treason after she, you all know that story, and then trialed by the Jedi, and though they found out it was Baratofi, but when we see that she's on the run, and, all the Coruscant guards, they're all trying to stun her on the, Republic gunships, the Coruscant ones, police gunships to be precise, we can see that she's able to block them while she's running simultaneously, and she is just an absolute beast at blocking them. She's perfection. Her blocks are perfect from my point of view. From a fencing point of view, it's perfect. From a Jedi point of view and Shien user point of view, it's perfect. Now, we see her use it when she's actually dueling people. We can see that, she's very defensive, and then she adds in those counters when she wants to, and it's actually very, very, very nice. Anyways, in a quick recap of pretty much what Shien is, it's pretty much more defensive. It's very defensive, but still has those offensive capabilities. Uses counterattacks, and it's more designed at taking on multiple opponents compared to just one single opponent. Its flaw is that it isn't as great against, single opponent, but that's only because it wasn't designed and intentionally purposed against one opponent. So really, it is a all-round perfect defensive form, in my opinion, and I think in many people's opinions, it's going to be a perfect defensive form. Otherwise, guys, let me know your thoughts on the form, and yeah, see you all soon, and may the Force be with you.